Oops, record on the computer. Yeah, okay. Welcome to Monday Night Training, guys. So we have this every single week. If you didn't know, same time, same code, same everything, okay? So I wanted to go over the daily six list. So I always say 5 things, but then I add personal development. So I'm just gonna start calling it your 6 list. So your 6 list is the 6 main things that you are and should be doing every single day to actually be successful in this business. And so that is posting, messaging, adding, interacting, following up, and personal development. Now, I'm going to kind of go over some things because not everything has to actually be done online, right? Not everything does. But before I go through those things, if you guys have any questions, put it in the chat. And then also, I wanted to congratulate some of the people who have already promoted. I know some people are working on promotions right now, but Shandy just went diamonds. Congratulations. She earned her $10,000 bonus. And then her girls, Anisha Anisha went ruby. Her husband went emerald. Elizabeth went ruby, and Allison went ruby. So, and I think most of those people have been in 60 days or less, which is super awesome. That's their journey, not yours. But I love when people go really fast because Shandy just went diamond in 90 days. And that just shows you what's possible when you like make a decision and you focus. And we have a few more diamonds pop in tonight. And so I'm excited about that. So this is awesome. All right. So you guys, posting. Okay. There is something really important about this that I think sometimes we forget the repetition of it and we're so like, okay, I need to message, I need to do this, I need to do that. But posting is this business, okay? Now, with posting, you guys, my daily routine, I truly believe is what has gotten me to where I am at. It looks different than it did 5 years ago because 5 years ago, you guys, if you scroll back on my Facebook, we used to post 6 to 8 times a day. And yeah, I know it was crazy. And they were like super colorful before and after pictures, like your kid took them, and it was crazy. We don't do that anymore, but it doesn't matter. I've still kept a consistent daily posting routine. So every single day, you guys, no matter what. And the reason why I wanted to go over these also too really quick is because with the 45-day push, the things that we're going to be doing on the power hours are these 6 things. That's all we have to do. So I wanted to make sure you guys understood those. So posting is so important, whether you use Facebook or Instagram or both. I do both. So I post 1 business post a day on Facebook and Instagram. It's the same post. You don't have to get fancy with it. It's the same post that I post on those both social medias every single day. I personally get more interaction after 5 p.m., just being consistent with that time posting. But I know some people get better interaction in the early mornings. But I think the secret is being consistent with those same times each day. That's what really boosts your interaction. And so I always do that every single day. And then it's going to either be a business post or a personal / product post, kind of like what I did today, where it's like a picture of me still, but I'm talking about the business or the product or my family, okay? I see so many skipping over this. That is the simplest part of this business, but also it is the attraction marketing part, which is the most important part. Because if someone sent you a message and then you go to their page and you don't see anything about the business or the product or what this has done for you or what it's going to do for you, would you even respond? That is not a rhetorical question. Would you respond? You can put it in the chat. Guys, keep yourself muted. Okay. So I would not respond. Thank you, Ashley. Thank you, Whitney. So I wouldn't respond. I'd be like, you're a freaking weirdo, you know? It's like when those, okay, not bashing on anybody. Okay. But it might be a little bit. So has anyone gotten approached at Target or Ross on a Wednesday night about a business that they can't tell you about? They want you to come to a secret meeting. They want you to hear about it before they tell you what it is. Okay? Right, stranger danger. I have multiple times. Like, I know I'm cute, and I know I got cute kids and stuff, but there's just something about my face that they're like, they approach, and that's not a bad thing. They're doing their job. But what I don't like is that it's a secret. I am super loud and I am super proud, but I also want people to gain interest without me giving them all the info. So when I'm messaging them, I want them to look at my profile and be like, okay, I'm not sure exactly what she does, but I know it's a business and I know it's health and wellness products. That's what I want them to get from me. Okay. And then I want them to let me tell them the rest. That is what your posting should do. It should bring curiosity, but not give all the information. Okay. Yeah. See, Janelle messaged me at 1 a.m. You guys, I always have people sign after 11 p.m. I don't know why. Everybody's just chilling on their phones. And I love that. So your posting is so freaking important, you guys. If you are like, I can't remember, I don't know what to post, blah, blah, blah. There's so many excuses that you could give, but there's going to be 2 tricks. Take my stuff. I don't care. Reword a few things. The sooner that it does come from your heart, the better, and the more people that you will have come to you. But you're new. You don't even know what to do yet. That's okay. Take what I post. Take what Ashley posts. Change a few words around. People do it all the time. Nobody cares. It's funny because that green carpet, Carrie Young, you guys, she is awesome. She's freaking amazing. She's like the cutest girl ever. She's on stage and she's on a panel of being authentic. That's her panel, right? And she straight up was like, I copy people's posts all the freaking time. She's like, I'll switch a few words, but sometimes you got to brain fart and you got to get a freaking post up. And I loved that. And everybody was cracking up because it was so the truth. Like, it was like, people were like, yeah, we all do that. And that's okay. It's fine. Nobody cares. What I remembered was when I went ambassador, I told Aaron, I was like, I can't take anyone's post now because everybody is watching me like they're watching other ambassadors. Like, you know, you're shouted out by corporate and then now all these people are watching. I'm like, I can't use their same posts. And Aaron's like, who cares? The only thing that matters is that your potentials gain interest, is that your potentials ask you questions. Who cares what any other distributor thinks? And I was like, you're freaking right. I was like, dang straight, you know? So I promise I try my hardest to come up with every single one of my posts myself, but there's just sometimes where you need to get some inspiration from somebody else, and that's okay. So that's the first thing. And the next thing is stories are huge. Whether you're doing Facebook and or Instagram, keep your stories lit up. I love what Amber said. Amber said that if she goes through her stories and there isn't something about the business or about the product in the last 24 hours, she knows that's her time to put something up. So my goal is to have something business, something personal, something product, something personal. That I mix it in. It doesn't have to be complicated. And that's also why we made it so that you guys can earn points for making content on the 45-day push, because I think when you have an incentive to make content, all of a sudden you know how and you're motivated to do it. But it's something that you have to learn through Overapp, that sort of thing. And so once you can learn that, that's going to be huge. So a couple tips with like posting on your stories, you guys. Number one, if you go to your stories and you let it sit through. So I'll click on my stories throughout the day and I'll just let it play a couple times. Your views will skyrocket. I don't know why, but my views were like super down a week and a half ago. And there was just a few times where I just let them play on their own and they skyrocketed. So Overapp, you guys, is basically what everybody uses to make the cute Instagram stories. It's really simple. At first, when I opened it, I was like, I closed it right back up. I was like, I am not using this freaking app. I was like, there's so many options. Like there's so many stripes and stars and this and that. And I was like, I don't want to do this right now. But once I learned how to do it, it's super easy now. And I can make a story super easy. Okay. And it's awesome because it just gives diversity. Your goal each day is to share your story in one way or another. So who messaged your triple and up to be a part of the 45-day push? You can raise your hand, you can reply in the chat, whatever. So whoever did that, there was kind of actually a secret part of that that I wanted you guys to not know, but I wanted to tell you now. What you messaged your leader is actually your story. We called it your why, but that's actually your story. It doesn't matter where you are. It just matters where you're going and where you want to go. People don't care. Honestly, people don't care how much money I've made. They want to be a part of where I'm going. So take that why, and that is your story, and you can elaborate on it. So if you're like, my husband worked 3 jobs, then in a post you talk about what his 3 jobs were. You talk about this, you talk about that. That whole thing is your story, you guys. And every single day in some shape or form, you should be sharing your story. That exact thing. You should be sharing it. So the reason why I love the Over app is because, number one, most people, I feel like, don't scroll on Instagram as much anymore. They go straight to stories. Okay. I feel like they still scroll through Facebook, but most people go straight to stories and then they'll scroll. So I like to add something throughout the day because that keeps me at the front of the line. It keeps you like these people. Shandy's always at the front of my line because she's always blowing up her stories. So it doesn't matter if you have 100 stories up. It matters that you consistently get them up. So like I'll do 1 in the morning, 1 in the afternoon, 1 in the evening. So then that keeps me at the front of the line so people click on me first, okay? But the reason why, and I jump around, you guys, I'm sorry. And if any other leaders have any other suggestions or anything while I'm talking, just unmute yourself. But the reason why I love OverApp is because it allows you to share your story with looking different but actually being the same. My story is my story. I can't change it. Like I can't come up with different ways to change my story. That it is what it is. But when I put it in the Over app with different templates and different backgrounds and different this and different that, it makes it look different. And my goal is to have my story shared on my stories at least every other day. Okay. And I'll reuse some. That's totally fine to reuse some, not like right after one after another, but I use them also. And I know Eliana was saying, she's like, I don't use the Over app. She just uses Unfold, or she just literally goes on to her stories. And now, you guys, Instagram and Facebook are genius. They like know how to like just monopolize the whole like social media. They're like, oh, this app does this. We're going to do it now and then make it so that people don't need another app. But all you have to do, let's just say, okay, this is a picture of my kids. And then you click that little top square at the top, and that little circle that already has a picture, you just click that and you can put another picture on top of a picture. So like if you have like a cute background from Pinterest, you could just throw up a picture and put some words on it. Okay. So like you don't need, you guys are hilarious. Everyone's like, yeah, I love it. And this is why I wanted to repeat, because I think everybody heard it, but not everybody heard it. So that is something, you guys, that's super, super, super simple. But there are so many ways that you can just simplify things for yourself. Like if Over app overwhelms you, play around with it a little bit, but get the stories up in the meantime. Okay. Another thing with stories, don't post blurry people's stuff. Like if you're screenshotting it, go to someone who originally made it so that you can screenshot it the first time so that you're not like through the ranks. And every single time I post a story, I go back and watch it. because for some reason, sometimes on Facebook, if you guys link your Instagram to your Facebook stories, it always cuts your guys' stuff off. It cuts it off. Like, I don't know why it freaking does it, but it does it. So I post to my stories on Instagram, and then I post to my stories on Facebook. I do not link them because they always seem blurry and they always got words cut off. And I'm like, yeah, you put it up there, but do you really think anyone's going to reply to that? Sometimes I see you guys, you put a poll from Instagram and it's on Facebook and they can't click it. So they're probably sitting there like, and then they're like, screw it. You have like 2 seconds with people's attention span. You just don't have very long. Now, the next thing is you guys with posting and stuff, truthfully, like, oh, it did update? Okay, that's good. So Kara said it updated. Be excited. Share every little thing. Every little thing. There is nothing too big and there is nothing too small. I personally forget about this all the time because I'm always like, I need to share that I'm an ambassador, you know? And then I'm like, people don't really care as much that I'm an ambassador. What they care about is what I'm going to post about tomorrow, that I am able to plan my kid's birthday party and rent a $450 moon bounce and get their gifts in 5 days because I don't have to budget for it. And we just decided to make it on Saturday. Those are the kind of things that people want to hear. They're like, oh my gosh, she just paid for her gas. Oh, guess what? I can't pay for my gas. She just paid for her groceries. I can't even pay for my groceries. You're going to get all sorts of people. I have people that message me because they need the little things, like just an extra few $100s a month. And then I have people who are like, take me to the top. Like, they're like, let's go. But most people can't fathom the $10,000 right away. Most people they like to live in their safe place, and their safe place is, I could maybe earn a few $100s, but I love my job, but I could maybe earn a few $100s. And it's funny because when I FaceTime with my newbies, I'm like, but if you could do this full time, would you? And they're like, well, yeah. And I'm like, okay, there it is. It's just that the belief has to come in steps. So that's why most people will actually message you for the little things, but that doesn't mean that they're not going to eventually go for the big things. Okay. Okay. So if any of you guys have any tips on posting, if let's just keep it diamond and above, then we'll put it in the chat or just unmute yourself. Everybody always messages me and asks me, how do you change the wording on stuff? You know, like that cute fancy wording or whatever. I just use an app called Good Fonts. Literally, it's just called Good Fonts. And then the other one that I use for like the black and white emojis and stars and stuff like that is just called Symbol Keyboard. Those are the 2 ones I use. Maybe people have other easier, fancier stuff, but oh, that's funny. Somebody just messaged me. They're like, tell them, post a poll over the poll. So you guys, if you take someone's story, if it's not blurry, if they have a poll on theirs, put one of your own polls on their polls, okay? Otherwise, it's going to be awkward. They're going to know you took it from somewhere. You know what I mean? It's going to be awkward. So, okay, we'll keep going. We'll keep moving on from there. And if you guys have questions about posting, then just put it in the chat. It's going to take practice. Nobody starts as an expert with posting. Okay? Nobody starts as an expert. So messaging, sorry, I'm trying to make sure I'm staying on course here. Okay, so messaging, you guys. In the team pages, no matter what team page you're in, there are scripts, okay? Yes, you should be original to yourself as much as you possibly can. But again, if today's your first day, I'd rather you take what I say than say what you think you should say when it's there for you already from somebody who's done it, okay? So in the announcement section in the Make It Happen page, there is a distributor script and customer scripts. So as far as the distributor scripts, that's what I message to people anytime. Truthfully, I think that the thing that's going to set you apart from other people is by voice messaging. I know you might poop your pants the first 10 times, but you will survive and you will get 10 times the results. Even if it's a no thank you, they're going to start watching you. This is the deal, you guys. I always get messages. People are like, oh my gosh, I sent out 50 messages and didn't get anything. And I'm like, but you planted that seed, you guys. Seeds have to be planted, and then they have to be watered, and then they will bloom. Watering is your interaction and your posting. That's your watering. Every single time I post, I'm growing that plant just a little bit more. They're gaining just a little bit more interest. So if you're messaging and not getting results, don't freak out. We all do it. We all have to start somewhere. So I just try to do voice message every single time because it's more personal. That's just what it is. But if you guys didn't know this, and we did say this last week, but Alexis was like, guys, look what I just found out. So if you send yourself a voice message on Facebook, you can forward it to people that you want in your business. Now, don't go too fast, okay? I don't ever send more than 30 messages an hour. I never send more than that because otherwise it's a little spammy to Facebook and Instagram. So what I mean by that, literally go to you, type your name in, and see, where am I? Why am I not popping up there? So go to yourself, okay, and send yourself voice messages. You can send one that just, and I like to use people's names. So I have not personally done this for sending out distributor ones, but if you want to, you can. It will save you tons of time. So it might be like, hey girl, you know, like I've been watching you for a little while. Like I think that you would be so awesome at the business. And I just love I don't like to say I love your page because I think that just sounds weird because I might not love their page, but I can show them how to love their page. So I might say like, hey, you know, I think you'd be awesome at the business. I've been watching you for a little while since we became friends on Facebook, yada, yada. And, you know, would you be interested in hearing more about what I do? I always end in a question. No matter what you guys do in this business, you should always end in a question because you need to be in control of the conversation. Okay. How many of you guys have been like, oh, I'll let you know, or okay, I'll get back to you? It's because you didn't ask them a question. And even if they say, I'll let you know, I say, okay, can I follow up with you on Friday? I'm always trying to be the last one to talk because I want them to know that I have something amazing for them, but also they need to know that like what this business is to me. It's very important. And I know it can be something that helps you be super successful. So it does not show it, Isabella. I don't know who said that actually. Yeah, it does not show forwarded on that one. It will show forwarded for pictures and things like that. So that's a great way to save time on Facebook, or if you're hella scared to send a voice message. What's so funny, Eliana? I can't. Just share with the whole team.
You want me to share right now?
Yeah, sure.
It says, when your client asks if you can do it cheaper, but like check this out how the horse starts. And then look at the leg, how it ends. I can't even.
That is, you know what though, you guys, like that's like our business. Like you have to know the quality that you're offering people, and then you're never going to be afraid of the price. That's what it is. You got to screenshot that and send it to me. I'll put that on my stories tonight. So those types of things too, I love to post like memes or little quotes and things like that, just as like fillers on my stories, you know, like where you don't want it to just be business and product. It's kind of fillers.
Sit down. Sit. Stay. No. No.
Well, I'm glad she's talking to a dog and not a kid because I thought it was a kid at first. I was like, damn. Okay, you guys, it's always fun here, okay? Even when we're down to business. So that's why I don't have a dog, because I have enough kids to yell at. So anyways, actually going based upon what Eliana just showed us, my girl, Brianna, actually messaged me tonight, and she did go live in the team page if you guys saw it. So I loved this because she said she had this mind block, and this is important with messaging too, because you're going to go back and forth with people, and the number one thing you're going to hear is, I don't have the money. Okay? 95% of the time, they are lying. You have not shown them the opportunity yet, okay? And there are responses to objections in the team page. If you just type in the search bar, objections, it pops up, okay? But what she said was she had a complete mind shift. She's a diamond. The last 2 months, she hasn't signed any distributors, okay? And she said, I realized the reason why I hadn't signed any distributors was because it was back to $99, and I didn't think that I could sign anyone at $99. And she's like, but then I switched my mind, and I decided that I know what this business is worth, and I know that people will pay anything, and I've been talking to them as if they were only paying $20, right? So how would you guys talk to somebody if there was a $4.99 code right now and they said unlimited? What would you do? You would freaking go crazy, and you'd be like, oh my gosh, girl, it's only this, you should join right now, blah, blah, blah. That's how you should be talking to people all the time. Like that's why I say it's only $99, because I am putting that in their head, because $99 for what this business can and will do for you is nothing. I would pay thousands to start this business if I knew what I knew now, but they don't know what you know. So that's why you have to bring that fire. You have to bring that excitement. But I loved that, how she said, like, I'm talking to them like it was $20 to sign up. You guys, if you just change your mind to that, you will sign so many people, because people respond in the energy that you give them at first. So with messaging, you guys, you're going to get a lot more no's and a lot more ignores than yeses or than interested. And that's okay. Every single message you send out is a seed planted, because now they're going to see your stuff. They're going to see your posts. Okay. They're going to see everything. But I personally have always messaged, and I always will. I know some people are like, I'm just going to sit back, relax, and I'm going to watch the floodgates open when I put out a post. I've never been like that. And I have found times in my business where I was like that, nobody was coming to me. But as soon as I said, no, this is not how I roll, I'm going to message people, and I'm going to offer this opportunity, because how rude of me to not, right? Like, this business literally changes lives. And I wish you guys could have been at the retreat and just hear everybody's stories and what this business has done for them, and just hear their hearts. But you can't. So I just need you to trust me and understand that this business changes lives. And if you talk to people like that, they will understand it. But they are watching you now, and they're going to watch you, and they're going to say, okay, is she going to be consistent? Should I join with her? Do I trust that this business is going to work for her? Because if you are 1 week on and 1 week off, why would anyone trust you? They're not going to. They're going to trust me, because I'm freaking consistent every freaking day. I had a baby, made a post. Don't care. On a plane, don't care. Text my husband, babe, you better make this post for me before I leave. Like, I don't care what. If there's a will, there's a way. You should see some of the things that your leaders have done to make a post. It's hilarious. Like, I'm like, babe, we got to drive a mile this way to get in Wi-Fi so I can make a post, like it's just that consistency. You just need it. Okay. So yeah. So with messaging, that's just going to be important. You have to find your own groove with it. I don't do more than 30 an hour. I only message for distributors, because I truly believe like this opportunity is number one at the forefront. And if they're not interested in the business, I can offer them the product. If they're not interested in either, they're going to watch me and they're going to be interested. So speaking of Shandy, she watched my stories. Okay. I offered her the business. She said, no, thank you. But guess what? She started watching all of my stories, and she asked me questions about the product. And then she asked me more questions about the product. And then she asked me more questions about the product. Like this was like 3 separate times. And then she finally became a customer. And she was a customer for about 3 seconds, like literally in 2 weeks. And guess what? She did not like the flavor of the keto coffee at first. She was like, girl, I don't know if I can down this. And I was like, do it for the results. And she was like, okay. And then she found a way that she liked it. And within like 2 weeks, she lost like 5 pounds or something like that. I can't remember exactly. And she was like, okay, sign me up for the business. And I was like, okay. And then she just jumped in and she ran. So you guys don't know who is on the other side of your consistency, of your stories, of your posts that is watching you, that is your next diamond in 90 days. You don't know. You don't know. So be freaking consistent. So I love sharing specifics like that because I think it's important for you guys to know those types of things, and also know like some people go slower and that's cool too, but you will make it in this business if you're consistent. I promise you. Okay. Adding. This is very simple. Just add all day, every single day. Just kidding. But really, on Instagram, I don't add more than 30 an hour. That's usually what I do. And then now, since none of the apps work, usually I'll add 30 an hour. And then the next time I pick up my phone, I'll unfollow 30. And I'll add 30 and then I'll unfollow 30. I would say about realistically, you guys, I'm not going to lie and say I unfollow every single hour. I don't, because I have a huge following. I have tons of people to message still. So I'm growing it at my pace. If you want to grow fast though, be consistent with it. So I would say probably 4 times a day, I'm following 30 people an hour. And then, and that takes literally 5 seconds. Okay. And then I'm unfollowing every, few hours or so. And then for Facebook, you guys, don't go crazy. I will add probably 10 to 15 each day on Facebook. That's all. Super simple. So that's a good question. People are always like, who do I follow? How do I find these people? I unfollow people because my followers needs to be greater than my following. So if somebody adds you guys, and they're following 10,000 people on Instagram and only 100 are following them back, you're going to be like, weirdo, I am not following them, right? That's going to look weird. So you don't want to look weird. You want to look like a normal human being. So that's why I unfollow after. So to follow people, so I know Eliana, she likes to go to places. So on Facebook, I just go to friends of friends, period, end of story. I don't overthink it. Y'all are all my network. I don't care. I don't go to people you may know, because then we're all adding the same people. So I will literally, I know Eliana, she goes like to the search bar at the top, you guys, and you can go and you can search places. So like right here, it says places at the end, and you can type in something local to you. If you have like a local kids play place, type that in. Add those moms that tagged that place, okay? If that, that's a great way to add people locally if you want. I have searched hashtags when I want to add locally. So like VGK, Vegas Golden Knights, because I'm like, everybody who tags it is probably going to live here. I will search hashtags of places that might be like super popular here. And I know that people that maybe they're not in a business, but they're going to tag the place because they went somewhere popular, like the Golden Knights game. That's a great way. But to be honest, you know how I do it? I'm like, oh, you're cute, blah, blah, blah. Go to your page, go to your followers, scroll down, and I'll just add. That's what I do. Okay. But when I have been like, you know what, I want to grow some more local team, because it's just awesome. You guys, when you can get with people in person, I just feel like it's awesome. And so when I want to find local people, I go to the places, I go to the hashtags. Like I said, Facebook, I'm like, friend to friend, you're my friend. Now, interacting, you guys, interacting is probably my most unfavorite thing to do in the world. I'm just going to be honest. I hate interacting. I will reply to stories, which is interacting, all day long, But to actually have to like go down my timeline and just comment, I'm like, this sucks. But I do it anyways, because here's the deal. Facebook and Instagram, you guys, they want people who are genuine. And if you are not giving love, you're not going to get any. That's just what it is. And it's not even necessarily the people. It is literally the algorithms. If you are not commenting on people's posts and you are not replying to their stories, you are not going to get anybody to see your stuff either. So if you get 1 like on your post, you need to do more interactive posts. So for Facebook, I'll do like one of those silly questions, or I will do like a funny meme that I know all the moms are going to be like, oh my gosh, me too. I'll do that for Facebook. For Instagram, I do interactive like questions on my stories. Okay. But if you want to get love, you got to give love. If you want your stuff seen, you got to see other people's stuff. It's a two-way road. Okay. And it's not going unnoticed. And what I mean by that is that when you're giving people actual real life comments, like 3 to 5 words, not just a heart emoji, when you're doing that, you're building a relationship. Okay. And the second that they sign, they're going to already be more connected to you than just some random. And that connection is what's going to help you train them and then be with you, and you guys go to the top together. It's just how it works. Because everybody needs that, genuine real life connection. So with interacting, honestly, let's just say you did 1 power hour a day. Okay. This is what mine would look like. Mine would look like 25 minutes of interacting, 10 minutes to make a post, 10 minutes to make some stories. I don't know how many minutes are left, but the rest would be messaging. Okay. Because you have to give the love, because when you send a message, if I send a message to Ashley and I'm like, hey girl, you'd be great at the business. If I've already commented and liked on a few of her things the last few days or week, she's going to be like, I recognize this girl. She has been looking at my stuff. But if not, she might be like, you're weird. Who are you? And I have messaged people without interacting with them before. I'm not going to say I'm perfect. I'm not. I'm kind of a unorganized, organized person, like I do all the things each day, but I kind of just do them on robot. So I'm not perfect, you guys. Okay, so that's super good for interacting. But yes, set an alarm, interact for 10 or 20 minutes, because outside of this business, everybody's scrolling on Facebook anyways. So I know y'all is scrolling anyways, but make it intentional. If your husband is like, babe, why are you on your phone? This is all you got to say. Babe, everyone else in the universe is on their phone, but they're not making money. Okay? But you have to actually be like genuinely interacting with people so that it is real and it is going to make you money. Okay? Let's see. Messaging, adding, interacting, follow up. Okay. So follow up, you guys. Eliana made this super awesome paper for all of you guys, and it's in the team page in the file section. Okay. And it's just these pages that you can print off, and it just says like potential distributor, potential customer, where you found them, like their Instagram name and their phone number. Because I have like put people's real names and then I can't freaking find them on Instagram, and vice versa. I've put their Instagram name and then they change it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So this page is great. Now, I personally just have a notebook. You have to find what works for you for organization. Some of my girls, they use Excel, and I'm like, shoot me in the head. I would never use Excel. Like, I'm not an Excel person. Like, Shandy's like, I got all their stuff on Excel. I'm like, why? But that is her way of focus. That's her way. So I just gave you guys a couple ways to organize it. Now, when I get a date from somebody, that's my goal. At the end of our conversation, I want a date, either a follow-up date or a start date. But I'll ask for it. Can I follow up with you on Friday? Can we talk next week? What day do you get paid? I'll follow up with you then. Let's get you started that day. that's always how I want to end the conversation. If they're not interested and we're just kind of having a conversation, then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to keep interacting with them. And then next week, I'm going to send them a message and just ask them, you know, hey, how are you? I saw your daughter was sick. Is she doing okay? Yada, yada. Okay. You know, just to build that real relationship. How often is different for everybody. If somebody gives me a date, that's how often I'm going to follow up with them. If they don't give me a date, I don't usually go more than like 4 or 5 days without talking to somebody who I really want in my business or as a customer. Because if you go longer than that, they're going to forget about you. Also, I've had people sign up with other people because I didn't follow up with them, like literally within like 2 weeks of talking to them last. And they're like, oh, she just messaged me and it was just the right time. And I was so ready. I just came home from work and I was so mad, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, but we talked so much, you know, like it's timing. So I don't wait too long. Okay. And as far as when do you take them off your list? Never. You never come off my list unless you block me or die or sign up. I used to say sign or die, then you don't come off my list. But if you block me, I'll probably stop following up with you. But I've never had anyone block me, so that's fine. I've only had new distributors block me a few times in the last 2 years. That was fun, but that's okay. It's life. It's fine. I'm still here, right? I'm still standing, you guys. Things will happen. It's fine. So let's see here. Let me see. Oh, I just got a cool message. I'm so interested in what you do. What? Love those. Love them. Okay. Follow up. But you guys, the organization in this business is like the key. Because the weeks that I don't follow up, I don't sign nobody. The weeks that I pull out my freaking notebook every single day and I follow up like a crazy woman and I'm adding to that list every single day, that's when I'm signing 15, 20 distributors a month. That's what it is. Okay, so post, message, add, and track, follow up, and then was that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Okay, personal development. So how many of you guys have ever felt like you were doing all of these first 5 things and not getting any results? Love you, Ashley. She's like, hell yeah. Me too. Many times. Many, many, many times. You're like, I'm not getting, she said, do these 5 things and you'll be successful, but I'm doing them and I'm not successful, right? It happens to all of us, every single one of us. And the reason for that, you guys, is the personal development. That's what it is. It is your mindset. Once you learn and understand that your mind controls this business more than you could actually think, then you will become successful and you will hit your goals and you will enroll like crazy. It is I used to say like 90%, but I honestly think it's like 99% mindset. So Ashley, could you actually just share your little story, because you had a complete shift. So where'd your face go? She was just right in front of me on my screen and then it disappeared. Where'd you go? Maybe when I said her name, she just zapped off. No, I'm just kidding. Ashley, are you still here? Okay, I don't know where the heck she went. But you guys, there has been many times in this business where somebody has told me, I'm not signing, what's wrong? And I tell them, you need to work on your mindset. That might be journaling, listening to a book, reading a book, might be all of the above. Why not do all of the above, right? That is what it's going to be, because if you do not believe that you will sign, you will not. It's as simple as that. If you do all these 5 things, but you don't actually believe that anyone's going to ever say yes to you, you will not sign. You won't. Why do you think people go to conference and they come back and they sign like crazy and they promote like crazy? Because they gained belief at that event. That's what it is, okay? But guess what? We don't have conferences every single month. We just don't. So how do you gain that belief? It's through personal development. There are times where I'm not doing it. I might just listen to like a video or whatever, and I'm either not writing down my goals or I'm not, reading before bed. And I'm like, well, I'm doing it, but I'm not doing it. I'm like just listening to a video and that's it. I won't sign. I won't. But the days that I am, or the weeks, the months, whatever, that I am super consistent with the personal development and my belief grows because of it, you have to be open to it. So that's kind of what I was trying to get at. If you're just reading to read, but your heart is blocked off and you're like, I'm just reading because Chrissy said to read. Blah, blah, blah. Where's all my DTs? Blah, blah, blah. I've seen people, they're like, where's all my DTs? I'm doing it. Where are they at? And I'm like, why would anyone sign up with you? Like, you sound crazy. Like, oh, Vanessa, girl. Okay, I got you. I really still don't know where Ashley went, but that was super weird. As soon as I said her name, she disappeared. But you guys, like, have you ever felt like that where you're just like, where are my GTs? Like, they should be in my space right now. Where the heck are they? I have felt like that too. And I'm like, no one's going to sign up with me because I probably sound like a brat and they can probably hear that through the phone or through the text. I don't know what it is. It's just the law of attraction. It's just how it works. But the second that you can grow that belief, and I can't give it to you, the second you grow that belief, the distributors and the customers will come into your space. The right people will come into your space. But I want to do a little exercise with you guys. We won't do the exact one that we talked about at the retreat, but I want you guys to do something tonight. There is something really special about writing things down that makes them happen and that brings them about and that makes you believe them. So I want you guys to write down your ideal distributor tonight, okay? Take out a piece of paper, take out your notebook. You guys should have a notebook with all these things that I ever tell you to do. Or your journal, whatever it is. Your ideal distributor. So for me, I always say, like, I am signing somebody who's ready to be coached, who's ready to learn, who wants to be consistent, who knows why they're doing this. She's going to be someone that is going to jump in and, she's going to do exactly what I show her how to do. And she's going to be here for life. Like, she's ready to run with me. Those are the things that I'm writing down. I've even seen people do it as specifically as like, I want a blonde girl that is in the age range of 20 to 24. She's in college. She's this, she's that. And then they'll make another one. I want a mom of 4 who's super busy, but knows she can do this and needs this for her family and she's willing to work for it. I want a single mom. I want this and that, and just be so specific, you guys. It is crazy. It is freaking crazy what will come out of it. Yeah, I got Janelle. She's a mom of 6. The thing is that those things, you guys, you will just feel so good writing them down because you will feel excited about it, and then your belief will grow, and I promise you they will come into your space. There are hundreds and thousands of people that fit the description that I just said. All 4 of those. There are hundreds and thousands of them, okay? And they are waiting for you, but you have to be open for them. So Eliana, I know I'm putting you on the spot, but so many of you guys probably don't know about journaling because we haven't talked about it for a couple months, but it's super special and it's super important. And so Eliana, if you are open and willing to share, can you just kind of share like your journaling experience and what you suggest they start doing consistently every single day?
Hey guys, oh my gosh, so I just ate, so I probably have who knows what on my teeth, but it's okay. Anyway, so journaling has definitely been so big for me, you guys, this entire year. It's been, Jahida, she said, Eliana's journal is magic. No, it is not magic. It's just having a lot of belief, you guys, honestly. Let me just share with you guys something really quick. So earlier this year, I started, like January, I was just like, God, please lead me to the right book, lead me to the right words. What do I need to hear? You know, how do I get my mindset right? Because like, you know, we all go through ups and downs, guys. So anyway, long story short, I was led to this book early on this year, and I actually did a post about it today. And I started reading about it, and this is actually what kind of made me even start journaling and stuff too. I don't know. It was just like, honestly, it was just like God was leading me to like, do this, and do this, you know? But then along the way, I stopped reading this book, you guys. And this book has legit been the highlight of my entire, When You, Then God, has been the entire highlight of my year. And I actually just finished it today. And it's crazy. Like,
That's the first book you ever finished?
A book. I don't even remember the last book I actually finished. And you guys, it's not that I don't read. I do love to read, and I do love audiobooks. I think it's good. How do you say audible? Audiobooks. But anyway, I don't know if I've actually finished one like for real, because I'll just kind of go off on a million different things. But I finished it, you guys, and I knew I had to finish it, and I could not even put it away. But anyway, I love that. You guys need to get it. It literally is just, honestly, you guys, God is what gives us, you know, and I'll just say it flat out, regardless of, I don't know what some people's beliefs are.
Yeah, who cares? Whatever.
He's the one that will give you everything, and everything you have now is all his, you guys. So when you place your faith in God, and when you just kind of just literally walk in faith, you guys, you put your marriage, your finances, your business, everything in God's hands, you will see how much he will bless you. You will see everything that just literally just comes to life. And I just started writing in my journal, like if I'm speaking to God in a way that I'm thanking him for the things that I've already, the things that I want, but as if they already have, I guess, became reality. So earlier on this year in January, I was thanking him for the kind of team that I wanted, but as if it was already done. Like, thank you, God, you know, for this kind of team. And I would literally just write down like driven, successful, you know, influential, hardworking, independent, faithful leaders. Like, I just wrote down all these beautiful things about how I want my team to be like. And we were writing things down like, you know, having a healthy baby girl. At the time I was still pregnant. And like, even you guys, this is one of the biggest things too. Caesar and I just had it in our heart to have like a $50,000 month. And I remember writing down like, thank you, God, for a $50,000 month, for $50,000, you know, commissions, things like that. You know, buying our house, or not our house, our family car, and just all kinds of things, you guys. There is like in the first page where I had put like kind of how I wanted my entire year to be. But then I started getting specific in every single page, and just like praying about certain individual girls in my team to be in my team before they were even in my team. And literally those specific girls are here in our team today, you guys. It gives me chills every time I talk about it, because I prayed specific names, first name and last name, for specific things, for God to work in these girls, for God to just show them, you know, forgiveness, for him to show them grace, and just so many beautiful things, you guys, and for them just to open their heart to just allow themselves to dream bigger, and et cetera, et cetera. Just like literally, you guys, when you start journaling, it's like, it doesn't even, how do I explain it? Like, you just start writing and writing, and you cannot stop. And it's almost like, you're almost like, oh my gosh, where are these words even coming from? Are they even from me? Are they from something even bigger than me? Like, it just gives me chills. When I put my head down and I'm writing in my journal, it is me and time with God. And I get super just focused, and I just start visualizing, and I just like let my heart be poured out onto that journal. I just dream bigger, you guys. And literally, I kid you not, there's so many times I called Christy and I'm like, okay, my freaking journal is becoming absolutely reality. And it's just like, I would tell her like, look at this, you know, and people I had prayed about that were not even in my business yet. And then all of a sudden they were in my team, you guys. And the things that they were doing, I would pray about certain people to just become those top enrollers, become those amazing leaders that, you know, that I know that they can be. And they were becoming that, you guys. It's amazing. And that $50,000 month happened, you guys, in March. That was like our yearly goal, and it freaking happened. And that was just like, it was just insane. And so I know that when you, and literally, you guys, this book, it's so amazing. It just talks so much about partnering up with God, partnering up with him and everything in your life, and just doing it together, because God will not bring you to it by, all by himself, and he's not going to do everything for you. And so sometimes I feel like people are just waiting for God to give you the sign or for God to do this for you. And you have to work alongside with him. You have to partner up with him. You have to invite him in your life. You have to invite him in every aspect you want for your life to grow in. And I would assume that's in every area. Don't invite him just in one area and then completely ignore the other area. You have to invite him in every single area of your life, and you guys will see all the blessings be poured down. Like, it is just incredible. It is incredible when you align your goals with God, with your family, with your marriage, with your finances. Things are just so much better, so much just amazing. And then you're able to see like God's presence in everything, you guys. You guys are able to see all of his blessings every single day, and you're going to turn all of your expectations into gratitude, into appreciation every single day. And that is literally what will gravitate all these miracles and more abundance to your life and to your business. So I literally encourage all of you guys, if you, and I've been asking a lot of my girls this, like, what is your relationship with God today? Because maybe you had a relationship with him. Maybe you were at a point where you were really close to him, and maybe you kind of let go of that. And I literally encourage you that if you're kind of lost for a little bit, get back to that, you guys. Invite God back into your life. Tell him you are ready for everything. Tell him to open the doors. Tell him to, bring you the right people, but do not ask for a door to be open that you are not willing to walk through. So you guys need to just get your mind right, get your faith right, make sure that you want to grow your faith and your finances at the same time. And honestly, just go all in, you guys. So many of you here, all of you here have so much just like amazing gifts and talents, and God has literally given them all to you. You just haven't opened that yet. And I think it was Mikkel that shared that with me at the retreat the other day, and I thought that was just amazing. So if she's on here, I would love for her to share that little part, because that was a huge aha moment too. But you guys, this book is filled with aha moments. It's so amazing. I love it. I want it for everybody. I have no idea where to get it, because I think it's in Amazon, but my pastor, actually not my pastor, Rusty George is a pastor over in California. He came to our church and he was like selling the book or whatever, and I got it. But you guys, I'm just so excited. I'm so excited because I am partnered up with God right now, and I'm so ready to change so many lives. And when and it's so much bigger than you and your purpose and your own outside of your own little bubble at home, that you are just, like the book says, you're giving back to help advance God's kingdom. And so he's going to help your kingdom in return. So make sure that you guys get this book. Make sure that you guys just open up your heart and mind, especially if you're going to be in that 45-day push, you guys. Be ready, but have that mindset and have that faith completely ready to just receive all the blessings. So I'm super excited for all you guys, and make sure that you're reading and you're growing your faith daily, and that you're using your journal daily, you guys. Like, God will put so many dreams in your mind, in your heart, and trust me, like I put earlier on my team page the other day, God will not, here actually, let me read it. It's so cute too. God wouldn't place a dream in your heart if he didn't plan on guiding you towards that dream. No matter how big anything is possible, the moment the promise took root, not only he started it, but he set a completion date. He has already planted seeds of self-discipline and self-control inside you. You just have to water those seeds with his word to make them grow. So trust him. God has already equipped you with everything that you need to do in order to do what he has called you to do. So I'm so excited for you guys. Make sure that you guys just open up your hearts and let these next 3 months be like the best months ever, because they're going to take you into 2020 being the most incredible year of your entire freaking life yet, because it only gets better.
Oh my gosh, I just love you. You guys, I would love to end on that, but you know me, I have to say a few words. So we're going to actually, next week, we're going to talk so much about the retreat and the green carpet and stuff, because I want all of them to share what they shared with us and each other. I know Mikkel's not on because she doesn't have Wi-Fi right now, but you guys, it was so special. I think that is the actual secret. You get into this business for yourself, but you don't become an actual leader, and you don't find that crazy happiness of success, because you have to be happy at every single step of the way. You don't find that until you look around and you're like, I have to do this because this really will change people's lives. Like, that's my responsibility. And it was so special at the retreat. So many of the girls, I was honestly blown away by it, because so many of them shared their hearts. Like Evelyn, she said she never had a relationship, with God. And because of this business, she has created one. And I thought that was so special. And then a few of the other girls, and I'll let them share what they want to share on Sunday. But it was just amazing to look around, and kind of while we were like kayaking and just in a room with each other and just doing different things at different times. And I always like to just soak it in. And I just like looked around and I saw all of these girls. There's like 15 other girls besides me. And every single person's story is different. Every single person has a different background. Every single person either has kids or doesn't have kids, has 4 kids or no kids. And it was just super special to see all of us in a room together, and all so faithful, and so many lives changed. And just to look around and be like, because I said yes, a couple people said yes. And because Eliana said yes, Vidi said yes. And, we lock arms together. And this business is the most special thing in the world, because we don't have to fight each other. We get to be there and build each other up. This is the only place where women get to build each other up instead of tear them down. And you cannot make it in this business if you're ever trying to tear anyone else down. Like, you can only make it here if you're trying to build each other up. And it was just crazy to be like, look at each of our lives. It is unreal. It is unreal what we have done for our families and for our teams' families and for our future. Okay. And for our future. And we are really literally setting a legacy. Babe. We are literally setting legacies for our family, you guys. Like, that's what you're doing. But Eliana, you are amazing, and I just love that you share that. I'm going to literally buy that book right now because it's on Amazon, and that's so easy. And I'm going to start reading it as soon as it gets here. But I love your heart, and I love all of you guys, and I'm super excited for the 45-day push, you guys. You have no idea. It's posted in every single one of our team pages. And so you want to get in on this, because I'm going to close it out tomorrow, because we really want to, focus on the people who want this, who are willing to be coached by us, who are willing to learn from us, and not just sitting and watching, because all of our times are precious. We all have families, this and that. And so we're just going to go gung ho, and we're going to show you guys like what can actually be done with that focused time each day. Yeah, she's sweet. So I love you all, and I hope you have a good, happy Monday. And thank you so much, Eliana, for sharing that. And next week it's going to be even better, because everyone's just going to share all of their amazingness. And we will start our push tomorrow, and it's going to be awesome. The recap was posting, messaging, adding, interacting, follow-up, and personal development. Okay? Bye. I'm super duper excited too. It's going to be awesome.